Oh, my voice. Alright, welcome to the stream. So today we're gonna do the coloring, or at least try to finish the coloring on this fantastic sprite. More specifically, what I want to do is I want her to don't look that flat. So this is the thing. This is where we're gonna use colors to make her less flat, and then we're gonna double into something a bit better. So first, I need to remove my poor design decisions about the anti-aliasing that I made last time, which looked bad. Bad from a distance, it looks bad. I'll just remove those. The line here is okay. I'll just remove this anti-aliasing. I might put that later, but not because at the moment it looks bad. Drugs are bad. Remind me of that when I say it. But yeah. Pretty much the biggest problem in my opinion. So let's just remove that for the moment. I don't need to remove it on the skin. I think it looks okay on the skin because it's really subtle. If you zoom out, it's subtle and I like that. Also, I might do that right now, but I think I'm gonna change the way I do the line art, like the outline. I want the outline to be colored and not black, just to see how it would look. Yeah, okay. So if I put the outline like that, I really need to make some decisions here, just so it doesn't look bad. But if I do it correctly, i.e. not like that, I can actually remove this one. I think this one is too much. Yes. Yeah, cool. So if I change the line out like that, let's see, just for the short, let's see how that will look. It's not bad. It's not incredible. Don't get me wrong, but not bad. I think having it as, yeah, this, okay, this part is a problem. If you check this part here, no, this, so I was on the hair layer like a moron, but that's me. Yeah, see, So I could remove that and then go back to the line art and remove that. But then it goes weird. So it needs to be another color. I think something like that. God. I'm on the line art. So yeah, I'm not doing it a favor if I don't do it correctly, but that's my fault. This is a bit better, actually. I quite like it. I quite like it. Honestly, it better than actual like yeah. Yeah, I think it's better. I think it's way better. I love it. Can I remove that? Yes, but it's on the color side and maybe on the hair side, like, because I'm not smart. That's pretty much why. So let's just remove the coloring I did on the line art and stuff, all of that, because it should not be there. Or at least if I do it, I have a line art here. At least if I do it, I would like to invert my selection. So let's just select that. Wrong tool. I just select that. Can I? Is it selecting, or am I being trolled here? Yeah. Threshold 100 doesn't help. So here's threshold 1 help. Then I want to do select, invert selection, so we have the rest outside. We want to do Control C, we want to Control V, so we have there. If we go to this one, then we want to do that. Has to remove it, so hide that. Okay. Did I? Yeah, I did. Let me reduce the size a little bit so it's a bit easier to contain. All right. All right. Right. And now I have that part as well. Do I have another part under? No. So this is the real hair. This should be under. This should not be selected. Then this should be how do you merge below? Oh, E. Yeah. And so controlling on the line art. Right. So and the hair are something we can add. Oh. Interesting. I didn't know they would do it like that. If you don't, it actually... Okay. So I need to do it like that. That's interesting. Okay. I didn't know that, but it could be useful as a tool. So yeah, everything has been connected now, even the lineup, but I don't think it's an issue. So now, let's just finish changing the outline on what's called the line art at the moment, even though it's not really the line art, but whatever. And then we'll go to the next stuff, which is actually coloring so the character doesn't look that flat. Because she's a bit too flat in my opinion. Is that okay? Maybe it's it's not. I don't think it's an issue. Let me check if I go further away. This is an issue. This part should be darker, just so we discern like the difference. And this is too dark. It's too orangey. More like that. Like if you select that, we would like maybe something like that. So we get the aspect. Or Let me try. If I make the line art a bit darker on the skin, this is mistaken. If I do that, then we have something that puts a bit more contrast, which is not an issue. I think it's even better. Also, I think for all intents and purposes, this is unnecessary. Yes, this gives a better vibe. So I'm okay with that. So let's just use that color, because it actually gives way more intention behind having the sprite separated from the background. Same as this color. And so for this one, we want this color, and we want a color that is lighter. So something like that. That's too hair colored. And honestly, since it's black, you see it. So I don't think it's an issue. We have no lines on the boots, and I don't think we need those lines. I think I like the boots like that. But having an outline for the rest makes it a bit more interesting. And like that already, we have something a bit more interesting in my opinion. So this is nice. Now removing the hair, what I want to do is I want to actually give some depth to how she looks, but I don't want too many colors because I still need to animate it. And believe it or not, that's gonna be an issue because animating is such a fucking pain. Also, probably what I should do before I animate is actually finishing that, because I plan to set the hair as like a slow opacity, not like actual color, like just having some opacity difference to some spaces. So having it seems okay. Let me just do that. Yeah, that's why I got this, but if I do it like that, then I can actually remove that, and that makes actually the thing better. Like how did I do that? 3, yeah, 1, 2, 2, which makes it better. Even if it seems weird, I don't think it's jagged. I think it actually makes it, yeah, it makes it a bit better. I like it. I like it like that. So now, cool. Cool, we have her. So now I want to add some color to that. I want something that looks like a shade. And I'm gonna just go ham with it. So the idea is I want the color to look like high spot and low spots in the t-shirt, or the top in that case. So we can actually guess, like, for example, if I do that, you guess the titties, but whatever. Something that actually, you know, kind of look like that, but not necessarily so bad. And the same, I want also for some wrinkles in the shirt, like for example, here, something that could look like that. So this is low spot, and then you could have high spots in the shirt. And for that, I need to check something. So open folder. Top images, because I added images and I should have downloaded it because I'm an idiot. But I found one that is the one I used for her, basically. And so it will actually help me if I find something similar, it will actually help me to get the to get where I want to put the high and the low spot, so it looks natural. Again, I don't want to put too many colors and too many shadows, because animating this shit will be fun. Let's put it that way. And the more colors I add, the harder it will be to animate. So yeah, I don't need a lot of frames for the animation. I think 4, 5, 6 frames max. 6 frames seems to be pushing it, honestly. But like, I don't think I need a lot of frames. I just need something that is consistent in terms of animation. That's it. We're not making a full-fledged animation anyway. That's not the point. But it's still gonna take a bit of work. And I need to animate it in 8 direction, and I still need also animations for when running out of breath and stuff, which also adds hard modification to it. So yeah. So blue, I think that's the name in English. Open shoulder top. Where is... Yeah, would look like that. Actually, that's pretty much from where I'm going. So let's use that. You don't see that it's on my other screen, but whatever. Can I have... I don't care about the thing. I want to open the image in a new tab. I want it to be big. Lol. So yeah. So if I want to show in terms of like... Depends how I wanted to wear it, I guess. But one thing that I can do... So I'd want to create a new layer here. So we are good to go. The color would be this one or this one, maybe. And this is supposed to be the dark spot. So imagining this as a dark spot in a way that goes like that, kind of, or something like that. Same for here. It's just a rough sketch. I'm not good at color theory, by the way, so bear with me. I'm just copying something I see, which is like a normal image of a really pretty girl that have a top, and I want to actually reproduce that that effect. Yeah. She has it like tucked in her pants, which is not an issue. I think it actually works tucked in her pants. But then I think it would need to be swallowed in the pants. So that, yeah, something like that. Kind of. I like the line art to that. So yeah, it's tucked in the pants. So you get the idea that it's being tucked in the pants. So I'm okay with that. But then what I need is I have that. That's kind of okay. So it hugs the thing we would have here as it descends into that, and then you would have... And I want something that is higher in terms of spots. So let's just do our due diligence and clear that side of the swatches that I have. I would like to actually be able to create a palette. So new palette, swatch group. How do you create a new palette? I don't remember how you create a palette. Hold on a second. Edit swatch or group. Add new color swatch. remember how you create a new. This is not what I want. The palette system in Crida is not pretty clear to me. Maybe I'm just an idiot. Who knows? Yeah. It's just not clear. How do you create a new fucking palette? It's really not clear. What's the button do? Okay, you click there. Okay. New palette. Let's say that is sprite. So we have all the color that I need there. And the name is Alice in the game, so that's why. Save the palette in the current document because it's the only document I want it to be saved. I want to then have this color put there. Right. I want this, which is a dark one. This one will be the lighter one. Yeah. Okay. I need also to do that just for a moment. That I didn't see here. Yeah. Same. Same for skin color. I want this color. That's the outline of the skin color, so next to it. And this is supposed to be whatever. I like the rose for that. I like the gold. This gold. And really like gold. For the pens, so just here, that's the color of the pens, that's the color of the outline. And yeah, and for the hair, I don't care, I don't have it anymore. So yeah, excuse me. You need to actually be able to create a palette will help me in the long run. So yeah, remembering how you do them also helps. Imagine that. So yeah, this is, yeah. So if I took this palette and I take that and then I select it there. Yeah. Let me select that color again. So then in the advanced color selection, I can select this one. I can put it there. So now I have a color that is lighter and that I don't have a problem with. So yeah, fuck, we were doing it. That's gonna be possible. So yeah. Basically, if I take the picture of the high spots, it's look like that. And then it goes down. But she also has like her hand with a phone. And we can't have that here, of course. So I need to improvise and think of it. So I would argue something like a low spot here. Something like that, but it looks like bending. And now something like what? Oh yeah, because I'm on the line. Yeah. Oh, I just realized I did modification on the line now. Fuck. Ah, that's fine. Still have the palette ready. Oh no. So yeah. So we have that. That would be my spot. I'm not sure I'm doing it right. I'll be honest with you. But let's just trust the process, I guess. Drawing seems to be really hard. suppose something like that will make sense. Then, yeah, a high spot around there. And that looks like ending. Yeah, that looks bad. Like, having might need actually anti-aliasing, but it's just not perfect. Yeah. Why the fuck is doing? Oh yeah, I know why. Because of course, this one. So it looked like yeah. Ah, that's me. Never me. That's me. It's easier to actually color a fucking floor. I'm gonna be honest with you. This is harder. To give to give the ID what I want, it's harder. Okay, so just like that, and just figure the line out, alright, just easily, so it doesn't look that bad. Like not the line out, but the colors and stuff. So yeah, just the blocks, so they look not like jagged, because of course I draw it and it looks pretty jagged. I think this one needs something like that, just shaping a bit. Oh, I want this color. 1, 2. And just smooth that transition. Let's make it so it's the same. Smooth the transition, then do that one. Like the. I'm okay with that. Smooth the. So it doesn't. Something like that. This one I want to smooth that, not that's want it to be. 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2. Okay, 2, 2. Okay, I'm okay with that. This one is a bit too shallow. Just inside. All right. So, if I was going for a swirly pattern, that would make sense. But since I'm not going for that, this looks pretty fucking dumb. I'm not sure that I'm doing it right. It doesn't show anything. Like, it doesn't show curves, it just shows like a pattern on a shirt, but no curves. Let me see. Let me see. I want to see how people do it. Especially for making it look like they have curves and it doesn't look like that. Maybe I was wrong. Just like George Bush. I was wrong. Oh my god. Okay. Old reference, my god. I'm not that old, but yeah. That's what happens when you listen to Le Demi du Peuple, I guess. Even like that, this one is cute. I like that. This one is cute. Hold on, I'm checking stuff. How do they do that? Yeah, something like that you can see, but I would like the person to be facing the camera. So I'll put image in YouTube so I see the image directly. Yeah, that's not helping. Can I see it in full? I'm not trusting that website for not being Gen AI. Am I being... am I being gaslighted? What the fuck is that app? That looks weird. Yeah. That's Gen AI. That's why it looks weird. That's why there is bending and stuff. Yeah. That's Gen AI. Fuck. From far away it looked good, and when you get closer it doesn't look good anymore. Yeah. Fuck. I'm not gonna use that for reference. Can I do that just for a moment? Yes, so let's just do -AI just to remove this from the search. See if the other pops up again. Probably not. They don't. They still spawn. So yeah. Oh my god, having to deal with that when you're looking for something is such a fucking pain in the ass. Oh. My god. That's the thing, like, if I... That's a bit of an issue, because if you want to look for details, then Gen AI is just ruining the details for you. I can see there was a lot of bending in this fucking image. So it doesn't help, it actually shows me something that is incorrect. And it's such a fucking pain in the ass, because then you need to actually be able to filter those. And yeah, it's just... it's polluting for fucking no reason. Like, I want something that is actionable. I want something that gives me the illusion of being good when it's not. I see. So I can actually make it simpler. Okay. So let me just... This is why having multiple layers is great, because you can just remove stuff just by doing that. But yeah. So I think the best way I can make it is just having something like that. A bit down, but whatever. So this could be the big spot. Something like that. Then I want to have this color, which would be something kind of. I don't find that repulsive for the moment. So yeah, now I want something that is darker here, just so we get the position of what we want. Just showing the... Looks so weird, I swear to God. But yeah, let's just trust the process, shall we? I think the choice of color that I like, this part is just too bright, and this is an issue. I don't think it should be that bright because it's not really a high spot anymore. But this should be kind of the high spot. So then it just blends into the rest. It will also help if I had like a delimitation from that, something. It actually delimitates where it's supposed to start the arm and the rest. On the line out, I want that pixel to be gone. Where? The line out, I want that pixel to be gone. Or maybe this one. Nope. Yeah, I know why I did that, because I have this and in the line out I should be that. And so if I do that and then I remove that part, it's okay, get back to the paint layer. I think what I would want is the same. Can I have? Yes. So I have that, and then I can do pop, pop, pop. So we have that connected. I think we can also remove those, so we have something that would be a bit better in terms of color. Because it should be perfectly. It should be perfectly still. So yeah, something like that. I just switch the size of the brush to 1, so I can do more. Something like that. We want the high spot, this color, be around there. So we know here we have the color. I think. Then this color should be around that position. Just so we have the ID that I would like more high spots, but this time I don't want it to be perfectly symmetrical. Something like that. And I think something that would help is, yeah, and on that note, having it symmetrical would make a huge difference. Just something similar to that. Probably not exactly like that, but you know. Then we can just use it sporadically, because it's gonna be an issue if I need to update it. So yeah, this should be the part that actually goes into kind of, yeah, I would like that to be, yeah, I'm okay with those. And so same, I think on this part I would like something that will, and same, some high spots here. I would like some dark spots around there. Then I want to break the symmetry, just because breaking the symmetry is a bit more important in my opinion than keeping it exactly the same. So something like, yeah, no, but having that there is, and this one just adds, and same for this one. I would like not that much of a high spot here, and here I don't think I want to change that, but this one I want to change it. Now my question would be, how does that look from far away? If I weird up the hair. So you see it. It's not incredible, but you see it. Like you get it, though their definition is weird. It should be rounder here and rounder here. And this is not how I made it, which is an issue. So let's just try to shave off some pixels. Or something like that, I guess. Like, it should be rounder, but then here it should have a clear definition of being here, but existing, basically. And I think I would like, that's stupid maybe, but I would like that to be a tad higher, around there, probably, just so it's a bit better. So yeah, I think that a tad higher actually helps me a bit with what I want. Having this line again makes it a bit better. I'll just remove those just for the sake of it. Let's shave those. And then I want to have, of course, some stragglers, as if it's getting tucked into our pants, which is what we want to go for. I want some high spots too. Should be kind of the high spots. I want a high spot here. Just be that. Would that be better if it was stuff like that? Away. I wonder, but then I want to change that. Shave it. No, like it like that. Then I want to like that. It looks like a little fishies. But yeah, this one is a bit weird, I confess. Let's remove this one. Shave it just to have less difficult details. And yeah, now my question is, if I go further away, how does that look? I'm still not convinced. That's the thing. I'm still not convinced about it. I'm still not convinced. And this is an issue that I'm not convinced. Maybe because it's too low. Maybe it actually needs to be even higher. My conviction is not high on this one, so let's just try to put it a bit higher. Let's move that these poor fellows like really here, basically. And then let's just select everything again. And then let's just bite the bullets, because we already have a really high spot here, so it's okay. Okay, that's the line out. So what did I do to deserve that line out? That is awful. Like, let me check. Or maybe that's it. Can I remove that? think. I would like to have a word with that. And I would like to actually have it further away. So it's a bit more buggy. And then... Yes, and then having that a bit further away as well. So this spot is really low. If I do that and just like lower the spot a lot, doesn't look good. But what I can do is I can do a gradient. In fact, I think that would be better. I could have that version, which is technically lower in color, to be used as a transition between both. So now, if I do it like that, and I actually stop being an idiot and I do that, and then I can actually add some ripples here. So get here and something like that. Maybe the ripples actually look terrible. Let's just remove those because I don't think they are useful in the design, and they were not. Good catch on that. Oops, that's not the point. So yeah, here I'm okay with that. I'm pretty okay with that, honestly. Then maybe I can actually have that directly like that, which softens the design and actually makes it a bit better. We can have the same here, and we can have the same. So let's just do pop, pop, pop here, and we want to suppress that pixel. And so it's simple enough, and usually less is more. And if I do that and I get back the thing, yes, I like it. That's pretty simple. But then again, I like it. So let's just keep that. I like that direction. Now, if I do the advanced color, I want that to be lighter. Did that work? So we are zoom in. Oh, you're close. You're really close to me. You know. Yeah, we want the hair to be removed. Let's see, what color does that give us? That gives us this color, which is okay. So we want just to highlight the fact that it's a neck. She has a neck. I like the fact that she has a neck. If I do that, I see the neck. And I think this should be also taken from the neck. So it highlights the neck. I could take this color and then I want a color that would be more like something like... Oh, she's cute. Oh, hold on. That wasn't the point, but if I do that... So I need the... Okay, it should be less in terms of size, but she looks kind of cute like right now. So hold on. I still need to shave off part of that color though. Too much, I think. But this line should... And I think this line is actually good, not only for the colors, but also for the line outside of the head. I think it looks better if it's done like that. Yes. It might actually be way better than what I did prior to that. So let's just do the modification, shall we? Just for the line. I'm doing that there. I'm not sure it's useful, but we'll get it. So yeah. Oh, I think I made a oopsie. Yeah, I made a definitive oopsie because now I decided. So yeah, I know why. I know how I can fix that. Hold on. Let me just do it again because I used the symmetry tool, which is great for doing that type of shit, but it's not great when your thing is not entirely symmetrical. And as you can see here, this color should be like that, but not on that side because I have the bracelets. So yeah, normally if I do it like that, it's a bit better. So we're getting close to something. I really like the fact that she has like little stuff like that. I think it's cute, but not really useful, but cute. Though now I can actually use that as also a tool for... So let's just remove swatch group and then just do that for the color. I can use that as a shading tool. Just quickly. I don't think she needs more shading. I think it's perfect like that for the rest. And then for that, oh, that's gonna be an issue. But what I can use is I can actually use that color. Why? Because I don't think it's an issue. Or I could actually get two colors. I have this color, I have this color. If I take this color and I go darker, which is nearly black, and you'll see the difference normally. This should be the spot that serves as, you know, the big spot of the band, so up there. Just doing a gradient might actually help. Honestly, I'm not sure, but let's try. You know what's funny? I could have just done that. So I have position. All right. Now I have this, and then I want that to be. So it's not that flat. I can actually do it like that. Yeah. Oh, I like it. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. Let me just count. This one is a bit too steep. Yeah. And this one is okay. Probably the just... Yeah, and then just up. Yes. But then I want it to be separated from the outline, so what I could do is that, then you get the outline. Something like that. The heads will just... Alright. So now, not this position, I think. But this I can get behind. And for the boots, I don't need to change them. I think they're perfect. Let me just go further away, just so I have a better idea. She looks way less boring. She looks way less boring. This is weird. I want it to look like if she's tucking her pants in, like tucking her shirt in her pants, but it doesn't work. It looks weird. So let's just remove those so we get just something like that. It would also make animation a bit easier, in my opinion. But like that, I have a design that, from far away, looks cool. You see the boost, you see the features, you see the facial features, you see everything. Seems easy enough to animate. The thing that I need to change now is the hair. So what I first do is do that so I have on the same layer, and then I need to change the hair. And this is gonna be the part that I also need to do. I'm gonna keep the hair being gray like that, being silvery. I think it's interesting. Is it incredible? Probably not, but I think it's interesting. So now, let's just zoom in again. What I want is I want to take the color. I like this color for the base hair, so let's just put that there. I want a lighter color, so let's see how that looks. Seems okay to me. Yeah, so this is also the fun part, because now the fun part begins, but I need a guide to know where I need to put that. So can I get a guide? Yes, here. But I don't want the guide to, but I don't want it to be like symmetrical. So something like that, just to give a bit more interest in your hair, so you get the idea. You know, something like that. I think it's okay. I think it's interesting. Looks bad doing it like that, but you know, you get the idea. So I think for the palette I can take that, and then I want the color to be lighter, so I'll just do that for the palette. So we have everything. And so just this lighter color, is it? Yes, it could be useful for highlights. What it would look good though is actually not doing strands like that, or at least if I do strands, maybe not that badly. Pretty much my point is that maybe not that badly. We can make strands, but not awful like those. So yeah, let me just fix my shit. I want to have a new layer on top, if that's not asking for too much. And I think I'm gonna do that. And then instead of doing strands, or actually, at least I will do some strands, but I think just a big color spot would be easier to do. I don't need that much. Yeah, I don't need that much. So let's just create a new layer. So we're here. If I do a strand, would that make sense to put a strand? Yeah, I think it does. So imagining I do a strand here. Maybe not like that though. Maybe something a bit more liney. You know what I mean? Something like that. I guess if I do it by, like, with restrain, it might actually work. I can remove some of these ugly spots. And yeah, by doing it with restraint, we actually get something that could be passable. do it like that. Yeah. You know, something tells me that this is pretty much a good idea. I don't know, it just looks right. Maybe having them meet, not all of them, but having some meet. Something like that. Yes. Okay. Maybe my issue is I shouldn't do it there. I think there it's too much. Having 2 strands here is okay. So let's just do a big clump. And then having a clump here. Because it's more hair. So, you know, something like that. Pretty simple. Having a big clump here. Seems good. Honestly, then, I think it would be better to have a clump here. Just one. One clump actually makes it better. Just don't touch the edge. Yes. I don't need more, I think. What I need, though, is a really high spot. Maybe not that big. I wanted to slim it a bit. Yes. Something like that. And just having some part of it being high. Yeah. And for example, this string. Yeah. Cool. This trend here. 4. I'm okay with that. And this trend here. I don't think I need to change a lot. Just like reducing how the lines, so they're not jagged, but that's pretty much it. Like this line is jagged, this is better. This line looks bad, but I don't know why. It's not jagged, it just doesn't. This simplify the line. I like that. This line is okay. This line's terrible. Something like that would. But then I'll change here. So switch 4, but better. And so better. Like that, it's better. Same point here, better. So it's coherent in a way. This is okay because it's there, so it's okay. This is if I do, that's 2 pixels. Right. Better. And then this position, like that, I like it. That's just too much. So this is too much. Seems okay to me. They don't seem to be pushed in angles that don't look correct. That's good. That's good. That's actually good. We have something that's actually good. Hold on a second. Is it? That good? Let me remove the kid. Can I remove all guides? How do you clear guides? Show ruler log guides. Yes, okay, cool. Do that. So yeah. So now without the guides and put on the hair, just so I can zoom out. Maybe not that far away because it gets blurry. Isn't she cute? Isn't she cute? Like honestly, in terms of coloring, I think I can't get better. I mean I can, but it would be a hard time to actually like animate. Isn't she cute? This is something that and I don't want to change anything. Like that, she's perfect. Let's be smart now. I just remove that because I have the palette that is used. And yeah, like that, she is 2 thighs tall, which is exactly what I needed. She looks really cute. She has character, but she's not too over-engineered, which makes her really nice to look at. I like it. It's simple. I like it. It's not that hard. I think it's cool. I think we have something that is pretty cool. I remove the grid. It's good. You also see that she has some curves. Thank God. So she's not flat. Like actual, like the drawing is not flat. And yeah, that's a good base I can build on. It took me a fucking hour to actually finish the coloring, but yeah. This is a good base I can build on when I want to make the animation. And so now, to make the animation, I don't know how you do that. And I'm not gonna spend the fucking stream just reading a book that I can't show you because that would be theft. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna stop on there, I think. She looks cute. Like, I'm really happy with that. She looks cute. It's a good sprite for the main character in the game. Considering I have maybe 3 to 4 sprites to make, I think it's fine. She looks good. She looks cute. I like it. There's just stuff there. I think that's good. I need to learn how to do the animation, so I can only do that outside of stream. I mean, I can do it on stream, but it's gonna be pretty boring stream. So let's just move on, shall we? So yeah, I think we're good to go. Yes. Let me just. Yep. Yeah. I think we're good to go. So yeah, thank you all for watching. It was a nice stream. I'm really happy about the result. She looks cute. She is a cutie. I love her. So yeah, we'll be using her more and more for actually animating stuff. And I will need to animate in 8 directions. And I already hate my life for that. So yeah, 8 direction, but also I need to animate like running, walking, and idle in 8 directions, of course. So yeah, that's gonna be a challenge. There's gonna be a lot of things to draw. I'm not sure I'm gonna do that, so I need to check. But yeah, thank you all for watching. I'll see you on Saturday. We have the collab, and then on Sunday we have some Hunt Showdown. So yeah, have a fantastic evening, people. Thank you very much for watching, and yeah, bye.